Welcome back to the Trade-Off Podcast, episode 6. As you can see, it's no longer Alex in this seat. We have our beautiful guest, Gemma. Welcome to the podcast, Gemma.
Thank you.
Gemma, for those of you that don't know, is a trader, a mentor inside the Forex Club, and has multiple funded trading accounts. She has lots of wisdom to share. But today's podcast is going to be about Gemma. We're going to be interviewing her, asking her some questions about her trading journey, which would be super insightful for any of you that are listening / watching and you want to become a trader and you want to follow in Gemma's footsteps, which is being a successful trader, a consistent trader, and getting regular withdrawals from prop firms. Gemma.
Hello.
Welcome to the Trade-Off.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's talk about you. Something that you love to do.
Talk.
So tell us, where did your trading journey begin and how many years ago?
About 6 years ago, obviously where everyone started then, signal groups.
Oh, lovely.
So I did manage to flip £2,000 into 4 and then lost it all. One gold trade absolutely killed me off. So
1.00 lot sizes on everything.
Yeah. That's if you signal groups. Just use one lot.
One lot, don't worry.
that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Do you know, with signal groups though, I have found out from just chatting to so many traders that have started off in signal groups, is that there's some sort of beginner's luck with signal groups.
Yeah.
So
And
deposit this much into the broker that they tell you to, so they get the commission, right? Mm-hmm. But then all of a sudden you win like your first 3 or 4 trades. You're like, this is brilliant.
And it's the opposite when you start a prop firm challenge. When you start a prop firm challenge, you get a
You
run
lose-
of 3
yeah,
losing trades
you
straight
lose
away, and
them
everyone
all.
goes, "Fucking hell, I can't do this."
I'm on the back foot. I'm on
Yeah,
the back foot.
that's it.
Yeah, it always happens. So signal groups introduced you to trading, and then how did that experience end? Obviously, you lost the trading account through bad signals. Did you carry on with that signal group, or did you venture out on your own?
No, I stopped and then I thought, this isn't for me. And then I saw the Golden Suite advert. I think it was Facebook.
You saw the light.
I did. And then I was just working through all your videos, learning, lost accounts, won accounts. And yeah, that's pretty much where I started.
And you never look back. Now you have your very own scalping strategy.
Yeah, 15.5.
Yeah, which utilises the 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame. You allow some of the other Forex Club members to use that strategy as well, which works on a 1 to 3 risk to reward, which is very good when you hit some TPs because you pass a prop firm pretty quick.
Yeah.
You get a good run. And you're using automation as well.
I am indeed.
And are you using a split of the 2 on your prop firm accounts, or are you having like separate accounts just for your own scalping strategies, separate accounts for automation? You mixing the 2 together?
Not mixing. No. So my one bit of advice to any trader, any new trader, is to not mix strategies on the same accounts. So I separate automation, keep 15.5 separate, because otherwise emotions creep in. Because if 15.5 take a loss, and then automation gets me like 3% in one trade, then okay, I'm only taking a 2% withdrawal.
I think that's a wise thing anyway, because when I've got separate accounts for automation and manual trading, and also I don't trade automation on the pairs that I trade manual.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want to see is a buy on one, and then the automation telling me to sell. I'm just like, oh shit. Well, do I trust my own analysis more, or do I trust the AI? So I just completely remove that. So I think that's really important not to kind of muddy the waters.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea, because as a trader, the last thing you want to do is be in a manual trade, you don't know yourself. Then automation's taking the opposite trade, you're now going to be contradicting what you're doing.
Yeah,
and
you've either got to back yourself
you're
or not.
watching it every 2 minutes, Yeah,
that's the worst thing you can do, is watch a trade.
So I think that's good advice for anyone that is looking to trade automation, is maybe stay away from the pairs like Alex does, that you're already manually trading. So if you're just manually trading GJ, for example, maybe don't set up an automated trading strategy on GJ, just because you don't like to contradict what you're thinking, which could obviously lead to bad thoughts while you're in a trade, bad decision making, and then maybe even violating a rule on a prop firm, because some prop firms don't allow hedging.
Yeah.
Because you got buy on one and sell on the other.
Exactly.
You're hedging, so you could actually breach your prop firm account. So yeah, good advice there. What did you find the most difficult at the beginning of your journey? When you first ever started live trading, you was like, right, this is it now. I feel like I'm ready. What was the thing that you found the most difficult?
For most people, it's logging into MT4.
It's probably the noise around.
Right,
so
like different chat rooms, different things.
Yeah, too much going on, and I always say, trading. I'm a female. I'm an older female. I didn't come into trading when I was 20, 21.
Yeah.
I call it young lads come into trading. They're at home with mum and dad, fine, not paying rent. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was out, had a mortgage,
Yeah.
had a family. So they were able to spend as much money on prop firm accounts as they wanted. But for me, it was, I can only afford 500 quid a month maybe to get 100k FTMO.
Yeah.
And then I'd see everyone passing. And that probably was the hardest thing for me. And I'd be going really slow to try and pass it.
Yeah.
And then they'd pass it. You never hear from them again. Or they'd come back with one withdrawal and then they'd freak out that they'd lost their accounts.
Yeah, and you see that a lot. You see, that's something that happens quite a lot with trading, especially on social media. But social media is one of those things where everyone shows the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
They don't show you the down points or like the low points of anything.
Yeah.
Like it's all pictures on holiday, pictures on nights out.
You don't get the real snapshot.
Yeah, you don't get
the best.
You don't get videos of them doing paperwork at work, do you? It's at the desk.
No.
So, and that's such a massive thing with trading is the amount of people I know that will jump on and say, "Oh, look, I passed a prop firm account, right?" But they didn't say shit when they lost 8 in a row. They didn't say I've lost a prop firm today, lost a challenge today. Don't say anything, right? Because all they're trying to do is boost their ego. And we've said it before, haven't we? Being accountable. If you can't be accountable with yourself, like a lot of these people aren't, and you're only celebrating your wins and you're not addressing your losses, then you're never going to be a trader ever. Because
You're never going to learn.
you're going to lose. The whole thing of trading is most of us are going to lose as many trades as we win. The only difference is we've got a good risk to reward ratio.
Yeah.
You're not going to win 100% of your trades. So being able to separate yourself from those people that are just chatting shit is such a massive step.
Yeah, and there is a lot of noise in the space because there's a lot of fake kind of influencer traders online, which is showing their flipping accounts, making insane amounts of money online. Where if people actually took the time to work out the maths behind it, you realise that isn't actually mathematically possible.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Doing.
Not just that, we can all open a demo account and do a buy and a sell and close whichever one's in profit.
Exactly.
It's not fucking hard.
It's not hard, and it's ridiculous.
But the thing is, if you don't know anything about the space, like when you first started, if you don't actually know in depth about trading, it's very easy to trick people, right? It's a bit like if you don't know about cars. If you don't know about cars, you could just go and buy any piece of crap from any garage and just sell you anything they've got. If you know about cars, you're going to know the right questions to ask. You're going to go, right, this car has this problem. Let me look at this car, see if it's got this problem before I buy it. So,
but I think that's why it's difficult, though, what you said about the noise is because you see all these traders online saying they've made 10 grand today, 20 grand today. Some are posting like 100 grand a day profits, right? You've got all this sort of stuff and you're thinking, why am I making that? Especially at the beginning of your journey, like you were saying, Alex, you don't know that they're fake at this point. So you've got all this noise around you. You're saying, but why haven't I passed it? I had to make 10 grand to pass an FTMO. And it's been like a few weeks, and these guys are doing that in a day.
Yeah.
Are they doing 10% in a day? You know, they're not doing 10% in a day, are they? Like, if you actually think about that, 10% in a day is actually crazy. I think Warren Buffett's averaged like 15% a year over like the last 40 years or something like that. Jim Simons, he's renowned as one of the best traders in the world. He averaged 4% a month, which is absolutely insane results. That's a month still, 4% a month, not 10% a day. 4% a month.
But people don't want to get rich slow, do they?
No,
but 4% a month as you build up your funding and your capital is life changing.
Not
Just
$1
one,
million, that's $40,000.
one withdrawal.
And not even that, even if you're going back to when we started, we looked at compound. You don't really talk about compounding so much anymore now that we've got prop firms. You can't compound, you just withdraw it, right? When we first started, we looked at the compound interest. If you've got 10 grand and you do 4% a month, you don't withdraw it, and you compound that over 5 years, I mean, you know, I'm not a fucking human calculator, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
the compound effect is insane.
The compound effect is insane.
Yeah, it's
and
insane.
that's why people get so rich. And that's why people that do any kind of business get rich, because let's say you buy 4 properties. You don't just spend the money that you get from the properties and rent. What do? They invest it in more properties, and they start to compound the interest they're making by buying more. And it just keeps rolling, exponentially growing. And that's the thing about trading is your outgoings, as you earn more money, your outgoings don't actually go up. Trading view 70 quid, internet's
It's all the
50
same.
quid, it all stays the same.
Yeah.
You just earn more money.
That's why it's so scalable. And that's how you got multiple funded trading accounts, wasn't it? From your withdrawals, you were then just using those withdrawals or part of those withdrawals to then go and get another funded trading account challenge.
such a smart thing to
I
do.
will never. I'll never put my own money in now.
Yeah, you're literally
It's
just
all
paying
it's
house money.
withdrawals.
Yeah.
I always say this to people. I say, the smart guy is the person that goes to the casino with 50 quid in his pocket. He wins 50 quid, puts that 50 quid back in his pocket, and he just
spends
keeps
the
playing
other-
with the 50 profit. Once that's done, he goes home, he's had a good night. the person that keeps throwing money at stuff, he's having a great time in the time, and he's chasing that buzz, he's chasing that thrill, which as a trader you don't want to do. He's chasing it, and then he loses it, and he goes home, and he's just depressed. I can't handle this. But my mate won this. I thought I'd just done it. Doesn't matter.
Don't get me wrong. That is what I did.
Yeah,
I
chucked
a lot of money.
Everyone
and
does.
scrolling through my
that's how you learn,
FTMO accounts, one of my old account. Sometimes I take screenshots and send to people that are having problems with not passing and keep going. And you have to fail to get somewhere, to get where you want to go.
It's the way you learn, yeah. That's why it's called failing forward.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if you never tried, because you're like, oh no, I don't want to take a challenge, I'm too scared. But you never be where you are now.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you took it, you faced the fear of failing, you failed a few times, learnt from it, and now you've got multiple funded trading accounts.
Yeah.
Like,
it's way more respectful to say, I tried and I failed and I'm still going, than to say, I never tried at all.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh mate, I'd hate to be like an old man, right, in my retirement home, right, looking back on all the things that I never bothered trying because I was too scared. Imagine how gutted you'll be. Thinking, I'm told now to even do it.
Said this to
you know what I mean? Why not just try?
I said this to my son yesterday, my eldest. He was talking about being scared about something, and I said, the fear of what you're scared of is worse than actually doing it. It was washing his hair. He doesn't like washing. Doesn't like getting shampoo in his eyes, right?
Oh, mate.
It's such a trivial thing.
I haven't got that problem.
But I said to him, you don't have a rational explanation as to why you're scared of it, because you go swimming. You're just scared because someone told you once. We told you once. Make sure you close your eyes. It's going to sting if it gets in your eyes. Now you've got this irrational fear about washing your hair. All right. I said it's always much worse just thinking about it than it is. I can't remember who says it, but someone said fear is like a mile wide but an inch deep. And when you actually step into it, you're like, oh, that's it.
That's it.
I didn't drown. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And once you've done that once, it encourages you to try new things. And doing things that you're scared of will actually make you grow as a person. If you just stay in your comfort zone, you're never going to grow. You'll be safe and you'll be happy. And then you'll get to a certain point where everyone else starts to surpass you. And then that's when you look at yourself and go, oh, I wish I'd done that.
Yeah, I need to push
and
it
I wish is so much worse than failure. I hate that.
Mate, most of our biggest crises as humans just happen in our mind. They never actually happen in real life. We just make them up in our head. And that's almost a downfall of being a human. We can use our imagination and we can forecast ahead potential outcomes of scenarios.
Yeah.
And if you're a negative person, the outcomes that you'll forecast are all negative. They're all bad outcomes. If you're a
Exactly.
positive person, you're like, I can't wait for this to happen because you're thinking of a good outcome of something. If you're a negative person, you're like, oh no, I don't know if I could do that. What happens if this happens? And oh no, this could be really bad for me. And then that's it. You're creating all these scenarios in your mind which are never actually even going to happen.
Yeah, of course.
Ever. So you're just stressing yourself out. And that's where anxiety comes from.
Yeah.
Ain't that good, is it?
Stress about stuff that just doesn't exist.
Just be positive.
Yeah, just positive.
Be a positive person and good things happen.
The worst case scenario is just figure it out, right?
Well, no, imagine how, what sort of percentage of your chances in life increase by if you've been successful just by being a positive person.
Yeah.
Think, you know, I'm going to try that. I want to try that because if I try it, something good can happen. If I don't, I'm going to learn from it anyway.
Well, just by trying. Your chance of success increases by trying. If you don't try, you have a 0% chance of success. That's it.
Guarantee it never happens.
Guarantee it's never going to happen. So, what would you say is the biggest thing that you've had to overcome through trading as you've gone along your trading journey?
Everyone's got that one
Everyone's
thing.
got that one thing. For me, it was FOMO. When I started on lower time frames.
Yeah.
And I was trading more trades than I should. Number one, because I needed to replace an income. And number two, because I thought the old thing of more trades means more money, being more active. Because we've got that mindset of, if I go to work 5 days a week, I get paid X amount. But if I go in 7 days this week, I'll get more money.
Yeah.
Whereas that's not the case in trading. Actually,
No.
if you go to instead of trading, if you and me trade the same strategy and you trade 3 days this week and I trade 5, you make more money.
Yeah.
Because I've
Lost a
taken
couple
trades
on
and you've gone, no, they don't meet my criteria. I'll sit them out rather than forcing them. So what would you say for you is the biggest thing that you've had to overcome?
Fear of failure. So just failing for what? Because I've put a lot of time and energy into this, as does everyone else. But I know I'm a female. It's a man's world, right? You don't come across many female traders.
Right?
So I've had to come over. Like my friends, family know that I'm doing this, and you hear that's not going to work. That's all a scam. That's fake. Well, now I'm going to prove you wrong. So I'm very close to getting to where I want to be, and I would probably say there's still a little bit of fear that I have to overcome every single day.
That element of that social pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So am I doing something right? Like, am I helping this person? But I'd probably say my fear's gone away from trading to now mentoring.
Yeah.
Am I telling that person the right thing? Am I helping them do the right thing? Am I giving them the right experience that I had?
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest thing. But in terms of trading, I had a complete meltdown. So I stopped trading for I had a lot of family things going on, but I stopped trading for 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
And then that's when I had a good word with myself in the mirror, got back into it, and it's just come to this point now. But probably the next bit of advice is take some time when you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
that's important for traders.
Yeah, I think
It
that
can be overwhelming.
Yeah, and also you can become, if you get into a negative spiral of emotions, sometimes the easiest way to stop it is just stop. I'm going to cut this off now. Whatever's making me feel this way, I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
It's a bit like if you're in a relationship. Things are going bad, but you want the relationship to work. Sometimes you need to step away and figure out what's going on here. What do I need to address in order to come back at this with a positive outlook and carry on?
Yeah.
So, I think every trader's had that when not necessarily they've stopped trading completely, but they've gone, right, I'm gonna pause trading live. I'm gonna go back to a demo account, or I'm gonna go back to this. I say to people all the time, if you're doing something and it stops working, there's a reason it stopped working. It didn't just stop working because of magic, right? So you need to take a look at yourself and see if there's anything that's changed within you. Look at the market. Is there anything that's changed within the market? Look at your execution of the strategy. If you find that it's the execution of the strategy, go away and do some more back testing. Find out from your results what needs to be tweaked.
Take a step
If
back,
it's something
take two forward.
if it's something in you, then obviously you need to address that. So trading's one of those things that it will really make you address things about yourself that you never really looked at.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, and it makes you understand things about your personality that maybe, because we all lie to ourselves and say, oh yeah, I'm this kind of person, or I could do this, if this happened I'd do this. But realistically, when you're faced with it, it's a very different scenario. So sometimes it makes us face our fears a little bit.
100%. Before I got into trading, I was so shy. Like, I didn't want to be in big groups or anything. But now I'm happy.
Now, yeah.
Oh, exactly. I'm here now.
You live in Wales, there's only about 7 people there, isn't there?
Well, yeah, I've not got to worry about it then. But coming to London to the events, the Forex Club held, it takes me out of my comfort zone. But I'm a completely different person. I still have my struggles. Like, I am not the best person that I can be. But I'm working at each thing. So trading's there, but now I've got to work on weight loss and everything else that I need to do to get me to that perfect person. But until you fail at those things, you're not going to get to where you want to be.
Yeah, and John, I think it's admirable as well. Just anyone that's on the journey of trying to become a better person. Whether that is what they physically look like, whether it's their mental health, whether it's them trying to achieve a certain goal, say in this case trading. Working on all this stuff is a consistent full-time job. You can't just work on, I'm going to work on it a bit this week and then I'm not going to work on it for next, I'm going to have a few weeks off. Because then you're never going to lose weight, you're never going to get in shape. You're never going to become that perfect trader. You're never going to be able to work on your mindset. And with trading, that's one thing that you do have to continuously do. You've got to continuously be checking on yourself. Have I stuck to my trading plan? This is more so for manual trading, but have I stuck to my trading plan this week? For automated trading, have I checked in on my automation this week to make sure it's all still set up correctly? Everything's all working as it should be. It's a continuous input of effort from the trader, keeping an eye on yourself and just keeping in check with yourself. You do that if you're accountable and if you're a grown up. If you're still a kid, you're going to be blaming everyone and you're not going to get anywhere.
And sometimes it's the hardest point is when you've put in all that effort and you've seen 0 results. That's when people go...
Well, there is a delayed gratification when you're trying to be successful.
If you're one of these people that, especially you see a lot of young people these days, they expect something rather than having to work for it. And I think...
And they expect something quickly.
Yeah. And I say to people, if you're coming into trading and you're looking to make this your full-time income in 3-4 months, you're in the wrong...
I'd probably even say a couple of years.
Right? Yeah?
Just because your mindset ain't
just because your mindset ain't right.
You might be the best trader we've ever seen, but your mindset ain't there.
You need to be anticipating that, if you set yourself a goal that's realistic and you meet that before, great. But it's much better to get to a goal early and be satisfied than it is to set an unrealistic goal and then be depressed when you get there and it's like, oh, I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be, right? So I think it's such an important thing to be realistic when people come to trading.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because
I expect with the Signal Group, like you were told you're going to make, you can make this, you can make that. Yeah. Everyone else is doing this.
Everything you want to hear, so they can just get you in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I did do it, and then unfortunately,
of course,
you lose it all.
Because when you don't know about a certain thing, people believe the best thing. Like if you came to me and I said, it's just not realistic. It's not true. They're for the shit. If you deep down, you just want to make money, you're going to go with the person who tells you what you want to hear, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's it. And then when you have that realization that's not true, that's when you go, right, okay, I need to, maybe the other guy was right. And they come back.
But that's where we're different. We said this before on another podcast. Is like we turn people away.
Yeah, all the time.
Like, and you've got these other groups that are just trying to tell you everything you want to hear to try and get you in. And we actually turn people away because we know at the start, just from a Zoom call, just from messaging, we kind of know the type of person that is going to be a good fit for what we do or not. We've been doing this a long time now. We've met with a lot of people together.
A lot.
And we know the sort of personality profile, the type of person which is going to be good for our community, which is going to be a positive value add to our community. Because not everyone is going to be a valuable add. Unfortunately, some people come in and they're just negative arseholes. We don't want them around us.
Get them out.
Yeah, you've got to keep your circle tight. Positive people. That's how we all keep growing together.
100%.
So, Gemma, to wrap it up, give me one bit of advice you would give to a beginner trader right now in 2024. Apart from obviously joining the Forex Club, getting on the automation, and do the smart work.
Probably take your time, spend time making sure it's the right thing for you.
Yeah, understand it.
And just put in the time in. If you don't put the time in, then you're not going to get the results.
Good advice, yeah. You've got to put the time in and you've got to be realistic with the timings. And what is one massive, big do not do that you would say to anyone that's just starting about trading right now? So someone's just gone online, they've typed in on Google, how to become a Forex trader. What is the big do not do that you would tell them?
Join Johnny Mitchell's fucking trading group.
Oh, that's a good one. Probably, I don't know.
It's got to be one.
Got to be one. Just one.
We're not ending the podcast until
Yeah.
this one.
Go on.
The pressure's on.
Do not just go in and risk full leverage on an account with FTMO or the Golden Suite or anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
think
try
you
and
know
wing
it. Don't think you know what you're
Don't try and
doing.
wing it. Take a funded trading account once you actually do have a strategy that you know how to execute well, a strategy which you've actually put the time in, you've back tested, you've forward tested it on a demo account, then start thinking about investing money into a prop firm challenge instead of just trying to wing it, because all you're going to keep doing is buying challenge after challenge after challenge.
You save yourself thousands.
You'll save yourself thousands, yeah. Do it right from the start, the best you can, and you can do that by, and this isn't a plug, this is an honest review from chatting to thousands of people that we've all mentored. You can do this in a much easier way by joining a successful community of traders that have already achieved what you want to achieve.
It's a blueprint for success, isn't it? Find out what you want to do to succeed.
Go and find the people that have
Go
already
find
done it.
someone that's already done it, and then follow what they do.
Simple.
It's that simple, you know.
That brings the podcast to a close. Thanks a lot for coming on, Gemma.
Thank
Lovely
you.
to have
Thank you,
here.
guys.
We'll catch you guys next Wednesday.
See you later.